I can't get no satisfaction. But why? Why do characters sometimes seem to have it all or get everything that they ever said they wanted and still not be happy? Have you ever heard the saying, be careful what you wish for? Well, it turns out this adage isn't just advice. It's a profound psychological and literary principle. You might even call it ironic satisfaction. A fascinating twist where you're getting exactly what you want might be the last thing you need. So let's start with the basics. Irony, especially situational irony, is when things turn out the exact opposite of what you expected. For instance, you study hard to ace a test, only to find out it was canceled. That's irony for you. Now, take that a step further into ironic satisfaction. This is when you achieve your heart's desire, but it feels more like a punch in the gut than a pat on the back. It's when your dreams come true, but you're left thinking, this isn't what I signed up for. Why does this matter? Today we'll dissect the concept of ironic satisfaction, showing its ties to situational irony, its various shapes and forms across different stories, and its deep philosophical roots, especially when it comes to existentialism and nihilism. Oh, and this is a great time to tap that subscribe button. You don't want to miss more conversations like this. Now, let's have a crash course on situational irony. Picture a firefighter's house catching fire while they're out saving another home from a blaze. It's ironic because the very person skilled and equipped to prevent or combat fires becomes the victim of the very disaster they routinely avert in other people's lives. Basically, reality plays a prank on your expectations, leading to outcomes that are the opposite of what you intended. It's like life saying, gotcha, when you least expect it. Now, let's shimmy over to ironic satisfaction. This is where things get juicy. Imagine achieving something you've chased after for ages. Let's say a promotion at work. You've dreamed about it, worked late hours, missed parties, and then voila, you get it. But instead of basking in glory, you're drowning in extra work, stress, and zero personal time. Whoa, I might need an intervention. But suddenly, the corner office feels more like a golden cage. That, my friends, is ironic satisfaction. You got what you wanted, all right, but it's wrapped in a congratulations now, deal with it bow. The crux of the matter lies in expectations versus reality. We all have this mental picture of how perfect our lives will be once we achieve our goals. It's like expecting a gourmet meal and getting it beautifully decorated with plastic fruit. It looks fantastic from afar, but it's utterly unsatisfying up close. The gap between what we envision and what actually happens is where ironic satisfaction lives and breathes. It's a stark reminder that sometimes the chase is more thrilling than the catch, and what we think we want might not be what we need. So let's explore how this bittersweet realization has been captured in literature, shaping stories and characters in ways that click with us even off the page. Taking a good trip back in time, let's look at Macbeth by William Shakespeare. This serves as a lesson in the price of unchecked ambition. Macbeth, spurred by prophecy and an insatiable desire for power, finds his way to the throne through a dark path soaked in blood. Yet, his victory is anything but sweet. Shakespeare expressively illustrates Macbeth's descent into guilt, paranoia, and alienation, emotions that taint his reign and lead to his inevitable downfall. I have stepped in blood so far that, should I wade no more, returning were as tedious as go over, Macbeth laments, capturing the essence of ironic satisfaction. His achievement, soaked in blood and betrayal, becomes a prison from which there is no escape, highlighting the ironic twist of gaining power only to lose his peace. Now fast forward to the jazz age in F. Scott Fitzgerald's The Great Gatsby, where we meet J. Gatsby, a man who embodies the American dream, wealth, grandeur, and the pursuit of love. Gatsby's lavish parties are legendary, all thrown in the hope of winning back his old flame, Daisy Buchanan. Yet Fitzgerald unveils the irony at the heart of Gatsby's quest. Daisy, the symbol of Gatsby's dreams, remains an illusion, unattainable and symbolic of a happiness that money can't buy. Quote, "He had come a long way to this blue lawn, and his dream must have seemed so close that he could hardly fail to grasp it. He did not know that it was already behind him. Here Fitzgerald reflects, illustrating the ironic satisfaction of Gatsby's pursuit. And in achieving wealth, Gatsby loses sight of the reality that some desires, like Daisy's love, can't be acquired or possessed, leaving him trapped in a dream that's just out of reach. Now, shifting gears to contemporary literature, Gone Girl by Gillian Flynn presents a modern twist on ironic satisfaction within the confines of marriage and public perception. Without any spoilers, Flynn explores the extreme lengths to which Nick and Amy Dunn go to preserve the facade of a perfect marriage. The story cleverly unfolds, revealing the dark, twisted underbelly of their relationship and the ironic outcomes of their actions. And their pursuit of ideal public image leads to a series of events where each victory in manipulating public perception and each other only further entangles them in a web of lies, deceit, and dissatisfaction. Flynn captures the essence of ironic satisfaction here, showing how the quest for perfection in love and life can lead to outcomes far removed from the happiness the protagonist initially sought. Now that we have a pretty good idea of what ironic satisfaction is, let's look at its philosophical undercurrents. And here we stumble upon existentialism and nihilism, two schools of thought that dance around the edges of our desires and their outcomes. Existentialism, in a nutshell, is all about the freedom of choice and carving out your own path in a universe that doesn't come with a roadmap. It suggests that life itself doesn't hand us meaning on a silver platter. Instead, we're the chefs in the kitchen of life, tasked with creating our own recipes for meaning. Jean-Paul Sartre, a leading figure in existential philosophy, famously said, "Existence precedes essence," implying that we exist first, and then each of us defines our own essence or purpose through our actions and choices. Now, nihilism takes a slightly darker view, holding up a sign that says, "Objective meaning? Never heard of her." It's the belief that life is devoid of intrinsic value, purpose, or truth. Friedrich Nietzsche, a philosopher often associated with nihilism, explored the idea that traditional values, like those found in religion and morality, are baseless, and the pursuit of truth might just realize us to the realization that there is no ultimate truth. Now, let's bridge these philosophies with ironic satisfaction. When characters in literature achieve their goals only to find emptiness or despair, it echoes existential and nihilistic themes. Take Macbeth, for instance. His bloody climb to power, driven by ambition and prophetic nudging, leaves him staring into the abyss of his own making, questioning the very fabric of his existence. The crown he thought would fulfill him only magnifies the meaninglessness of his actions, a perfect illustration of existential crisis fueled by ironic satisfaction. Similarly, in The Great Gatsby, Gatsby's relentless pursuit of Daisy, a symbol of his idealized love and social acceptance, ends in disillusionment. His vast wealth and extravagant parties meant to draw Daisy in ultimately highlight the emptiness of his dream. Gatsby's tragic end reflects the nihilistic view that no matter how much we chase after meaning or fulfillment through external achievements, they might never hold the value we expect them to. Now, these literary examples closely relate to existentialist and nihilist ideas, showing us characters who face the void after their deepest desires are fulfilled. They challenge readers to reflect on their own pursuits of happiness and success, questioning whether achieving our goals will truly bring the meaning and fulfillment we seek, or if in the end we're all just chasing after the wind. Why does this dance with ironic satisfaction matter? Well, through the lens of literature, we're invited to a banquet of human experiences where these dishes are served and seasoned with desires, ambitions, and the occasional dash of ironic satisfaction. It's here, between the lines of Macbeth's ambition and Gatsby's illusory love, that we find a universal thread weaving through the fabric of our own lives. And these stories encourage us to pause and ponder the things that we desire. What are we chasing? Why are we chasing it? And most importantly, what will we feel when we catch it? Will it be the sweet taste of satisfaction or the bitter tang of irony? Reflecting on these literary themes nudges us to question our own pursuit of happiness and success. It's the gentle reminder that the finish line we're racing toward might not be the end of our longing, but the beginning of a new quest for meaning. And this introspection is critical in an era where success is often measured by tangible achievements, urging us to redefine what true fulfillment looks like for us as individuals. Also, literature, with its vast power and influence, serves as a conduit for exploring complex psychological and philosophical inquiries. It tells stories, but it also shows as a peek at the human psyche, presenting a kaleidoscope of emotions, desires, and outcomes. And through the trials and tribulations of characters, literature offers insights into the pursuit of fulfillment, teaching us that sometimes the most intense happiness comes from letting go of rigid expectations and embracing the beauty of uncertainty. Can you think of any other examples of satisfaction irony in literature or life? Drop those in the comments, and of course, please like, share, and subscribe to stay involved in conversations like this, and see you soon. Maybe in this video next. And I've tried, and I've tried, and I've tried, and I've tried.